Live, local, and talking about the teams that matter to you. This is Talkin Sports with Jim Shovlin on Fort Wayne Sports Station, 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Brought to you by McMahon's Best One Tire and Auto Care.
Good morning and welcome to Talkin Sports for a Saturday, February 7th. I'll tell you what, we're a week into February already. I'm always of the opinion that the 4 months that we call January are the worst months of the year.
They are.
And they're behind us now.
Why did we have to live somewhere where winter was the longest season? Why? Why us? Why us?
You've been talking to my wife. Of course, she's a Floridian.
Yeah.
And, she hates this weather.
I do too.
But, and that sounds a lot like her little rants. In other words, we're
getting close, though. We're getting closer.
I'll tell you what,
I seen birds the other morning. I seen geese running around. We're getting close.
We have practice this morning. Baseball practice.
Let's go.
High school baseball practice.
Let's go.
And I'm going to be a little bit late for it because we get out of here at 10, and then I'm going to head on over. But, yeah, we got the Leo
sneak
Lions.
over and watch the practice for a little bit.
I'll tell you what, we had pitchers and catchers for a while yesterday, and it's all volunteer, So, I mean, as far as coaching, we don't coach.
Yeah.
But it's all organized. So, yeah, that means that the baseball season is not too far away.
Bring it on.
Pitchers and catchers report within the next 4 days in Florida and Arizona. So, and then with baseball, that means the weather will turn nice for mid to end of March.
Yep.
And then when the season starts, then it'll go back to 35 and 40 degree weather with blustery winds and freezing rain. So, and then they won't cancel the games because we got to get them in. So that's why I love baseball. So anyway, welcome into Talkin Sports as we journey into the month of February. Speaking of baseball, you're going to be starting your podcast back up, very shortly. And right off the bat, you've got your first two podcasts are ones that are can't miss for me.
Yeah.
But tell us a little bit about, the first podcast and then the one right after that.
Yeah, so the first season of the 260 Dugout podcast went really well. Honestly, overwhelmingly better than I thought it would go. It was started off as an idea, like wanting to highlight baseball in the Fort Wayne area, and it just took off, Shovey. I can't thank everyone.
I knew it would.
I couldn't believe the support that I had in that first year, so much so that I couldn't get to a lot of guests that I wanted to get to in the first season. So I decided to start a little bit earlier this year because there was a lot I didn't get to. So my first guest is I want to dig in as the first podcast will come out February 16th, Monday. And my first guest I wanted to highlight because it's Black History Month. Mm-hmm. And someone I've been wanting to bring on, and one person that reached out as soon as I announced the podcast, at least after the first couple weeks, Tim Tassler, who is basically an encyclopedia / historian of not only just black baseball in Fort Wayne, but like all baseball, really.
Yeah, he is a baseball historian,
yes,
especially locally and regionally.
He knows everything.
If you have a question, we know who to go to for the answer.
And a very easy conversation.
Yes.
He was, very gracious. So we talked. That's going to be the first episode. I wanted to celebrate black baseball in Fort Wayne, the Colored Giants, the Pirates, good stuff like that. He knows about it all.
Yeah.
Players that have played here come through this area, and, so we had a big, extensive talk, and I wanted that to be my first episode, so that'll be first. And the second one, I'm going to save.
Go ahead. Oh, you're going to save it?
I'm going to save the second one.
Okay.
Because that's going to be the one where people are going to be like, oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
And then I've been trying to catch up with your buddy Zach McKinstry as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mr. McKinstry.
Yeah. I'm trying to catch up with him before the season gets going.
Tell you what, yeah.
So it's a good sign. Baseball season is coming.
Yeah. Baseball definitely, yeah. So I can't Can't wait for your podcast to start back up again. And once again, as we've been talking, this is sorely needed in the Fort Wayne, Northeast Indiana area.
Yeah, there's so much love, I feel like, for football and basketball, where I feel like, baseball deserves more love, not only just because, it's also a major sport, but also I feel like, why do the other sports get more love? And it used to be because we had professionals in the NFL and NBA, but now I feel like we have more professionals in MLB.
But but football, basketball, or for the schools, the high schools and into the collegiate level, are a little bit more revenue-producing sports than perhaps baseball, although there are fees to get into a baseball game as well.
Absolutely.
But still, the amount of fandom is just a little bit lit. But so, I mean, that's got to, that tail wags the dog a little bit when it comes to that. But baseball has a large fraternity in Northeast Indiana, and it's needed, it's necessary. Now, if somebody wants to listen to some back issues, how do they find the 260 Dugout podcast?
Yeah, so available everywhere podcasts are, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, and also this year there's a video version as well because I'm doing a lot of video interviews. I'm also going to be doing some media for Prep Baseball Indiana. Cooper Trinkle, a buddy of mine, invited me out to some of the showcases so I can get some footage and do some interviews and stuff. So we got a video YouTube channel as well. Just search 260 Dugout, and you'll be able to see some interviews and highlights and good stuff on there as well.
That's exciting. And, of course, I don't know if you want to talk about it yet or not, but there's something in late March that you're behind as well, baseball related.
I think at this point I have enough confirmed where it's happening. So I am perfectly fine. Tuesday, March 24th at the World Baseball Academy, we will have a high school baseball media day. Thanks to our good friends at OPS and World Baseball Academy. Thanks to them. There's going to be a high school baseball media day. I have confirmation from pretty much every area team you can think of. TV stations will be there. I get so sick of football and basketball getting all the love. I really do, Shovy. So, the baseball guy in me I wanted to do this. And I felt like we have the platform now to invite people out, get something set up. So, we're going to do it this year, Tuesday, March 24th at the World Baseball Academy from 5 to 7.
Well, I'm fine with it, but I just love the fact that baseball is now being included as well.
Yes.
And, it's just been needed, but once again, talk is absolutely free of charge. People can talk about it, but then when somebody steps up and makes it happen, that's the key ingredient for that. While we're talking about it, too, Mark De La Garza sent me some information last week about a baseball coaches clinic that's going to be taking place Thursday, February 12th from 7 to 9 at the Summit City Sluggers training facility, 5730 Bluffton Road in Fort Wayne. Guest speakers include Dave Bischoff, the head coach at New Haven High School, and Dave Ginder, the head coach at Carroll. And I was thinking about this when I first got this flyer. How many combined wins do these two gentlemen have? And Dave's got a couple of state championships, and Dave Bischoff is 600 plus.
I was going to say he has over 600. I know that.
Oh my goodness!
Are we getting close to the ballpark of about 900?
Oh, at least. I bet we're over 1,000.
I was going to say. I
bet we're over 1,000.
That's crazy.
Because Dave's been there for quite a while, and he still looks like he's 25. But anyway, and this is, by the way, this is the 4-letter F word that everybody in town likes. It is free of charge.
Okay, I didn't know where you were going.
Come on. So it's open to all youth and high school coaches. On the flyer, it says, don't miss this opportunity to enhance your coaching skills and network with fellow coaches. For more information, contact Mark De La Garza at 260-402-0789. That's 260-402-0789. 260-789. And if you're driving or something, when you get a chance, text me on the Goodwill Industries in Northeast Indiana text line at 260-447-8500 if that's easier. And we can get this information out to you.
Yep, I'll be there.
So, yeah.
I'm dragging a couple of buddies of mine that coach, so they'll get some information from those guys.
I'll tell you, yeah.
It'll be a good time.
It is worth it.
Free event.
Free, yeah. Free at the Sluggers facility.
Yep.
So, there you go. And you know, I ran a Little League back in the day. St. Joe Little League, St. Joe American, St. Joe National. We had two different charters because we were so large. At that time, between T-ball and up to Big League, which was 16, 17, 18, including girls softball, we had over 1,100 families involved in that league.
Wow.
And we had to use the St. Joe Township Fire Hall for board meetings because, with a league that large, we had probably about 35 to 40 board members. And when I came in, I said, well, okay, tell you what, we're going to do away with the at-large board members. In other words, that gives you license to come to the meeting and complain.
Right.
But you're going to have a task that you will complete, and everybody was for it. But, and first, when you get coaches, especially in the Little League level, when there's no pay involved or anything like that, first you want volunteers that know baseball.
Yep.
And then after that's exhausted, you want volunteers.
Yeah.
And then once you get into the heart of the competition, there's so many people that are reluctant to reach out and ask for help.
Right.
Because they don't want to ask a competitor for help.
Right.
Looking like, well, gee, I don't know what I'm doing or anything like that. Well, these coaches' clinics are such that you can increase your knowledge and know how to run a practice, how to game manage things as well. And so this is another opportunity for people just to learn.
And not even just baseball, softball can learn too.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Same stuff.
I had one friend that coaches softball, and he's like, "Why do I need to go? It's baseball." I'm like, you'll learn the same things
it's
you
ball.
need to learn. Yeah,
you'll
learn the same things you need to learn. It'll translate. Believe me.
Oh, definitely. So the Goodwill Industries of Northeast Indiana text line is open. Our new sponsor, 260-447-8500. That's 260-447-8500. Your questions, comments, rants, etc. The Fort Wayne Komets last night drubbed the Iowa Heartlanders. And you know what it was last night, DC? It was Matt night.
What is that?
Well, that means anybody named Matt got a discounted ticket, I believe. We'll ask Shane about this when he comes on a little later. But the Komets, I believe, have 3 or 4 Matts on their roster. And, they beat the Heartlanders like they were Matts. 7-2, 8,003 fans saw the Komets notch 5 goals in the third period. 4 of those combined by Anthony Petruzzelli and Austin Magera. They each scored twice in that third frame for Fort Wayne. Now, get this. It's 3 games in 3 days. They've got Toledo coming in tonight. Toledo, or as Terry Ficcarelli would say, Cyclones, 5-3. And they're going to be coming in just a scant 1 point ahead of the K's in the division. So we shall see what happens here. This would be a big 4-pointer for the Komets if they could take this victory this evening. And then I believe they have Bloomington tomorrow. But it's a different start time. Usually the Sunday games start at 5 p.m. This one, due to the big game and the festivities, is starting at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So don't forget that. Please make a note of it. So the Komets, once again, just a point behind Toledo in the division. In high school girls sectionals last night, in sectional 5 at Carroll, it was Snyder over Northrop 56-46. Carroll drubs Northside 61-9. That sets up Snyder and Carroll this evening in the 4A Sectional 5 at Carroll. Now, here comes a heavyweight matchup at Southside, Sectional 6 and 4A. Norwell beat Wayne 72-24. Homestead 68. Huntington North 19. This was a collision course that people were looking at anyway. Norwell and Homestead go at it tonight. Yes. So
Norwell beat him earlier this year.
Eric Thornton against Rod Parker.
Yep.
Should be a dandy there. Okay, in the 3A Sectional 20 at Tip Valley. Tip Valley beat Columbia City 54-41. Fairfield, a 43-20 winner over Northwood. In 3A Sectional 21 at East Noble, DeKalb was a winner over Concordia 63-52. East Noble 49-20 over Leo. And that 20 points kind of surprised me. I don't know if East Noble had a lockdown defense or Leo had a bad shooting night, but I'm used to that Leo Lady Lions team scoring a heck of a lot more than that. Now the 3A Sectional 22 at Mississinawa. At Mississinawa beating Heritage 48-43. Mississinawa is now 5-17 on the season. This was Mississinawa's first tournament win since 2003.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was before I was even in high school.
23 years ago. Thanks for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
It is your weekly. Yeah. But they will play a Belmont team that is now 20-3 after their 77-47 win over Marion. 2A Sectional 35 at Lakeland had Eastside 45, Westview 37, and Central Noble knocks off Lakeland 51-31. Also in Class 2A, Sectional 36 at Woodland had Bishop Lures beating Adams Central 52-45. They will take on Whitcote tonight, who beat Bluffton 58-44. And then in Class 1A, Sectional 52 at Fremont had Fremont 72-19 over Hamilton, and Blackhawk Christian 56, Bethany Christian 22. The other 1A sectional, this one at Southern Wells, number 55, was Northfield 47, North Miami 40. They will take on Southwood, who beat Southern Wells, the host school, 50-47. And those are the high school girls sectional semifinal scores from last evening that we do have. And don't forget, IHSAA boys wrestling regionals are taking place today. Locally, they'll be at Carroll High School. Also, the IHSAA swim sectionals will be locally taking place at the Helen Brown Natatorium on the campus of Southside High School. And they had the prelims, I believe, on Thursday. And going to have the finale today. So that is on the docket as well. So, and then also looking collegiately, the PFW men's volleyball team opened up the Midwestern Intercollegiate Volleyball Association, MIVA, last night at the Gate Center with a 25-12, 25-22, and 25-17 victory over Northern Kentucky. So the Volley Dons did very well last night. So those are some of the things that we've got going on right now. And those are the scores from Friday night. So before we go to break, I want to tell you about my friends at Culligan. We get water delivered. We get salt delivered. We have the reverse osmosis drinking water system in our kitchen. Diane loves it. We'll only cook with the reverse osmosis water. That's what we drink, and that's what the animals drink as well. Only the best for them. So give Culligan a call if you want to be like Diane and have Culligan. The water that goes through your home is very important, not only to yourself, but to your home as well. Your waterborne appliances, your dishwasher, your water heater, your washing machine, all need soft water going through them to make sure that they will operate at peak efficiency Give Culligan a call today, 484-8668. That's 484-8668. As I said, we get water, bottled water, and the water softener salt delivered, and the drivers are so very courteous, professional. Ask if you have any questions. It's great. Give Culligan a call today. Give your people Culligan Water. We'll be right back with Mike McCaffrey, the VP of Athletics and Student Life at University of St. Francis, after the break. You're listening to Talkin Sports on 1380 The Fan, 100.9 FM.
Picture this. You're in your car, perhaps heading to a sporting event. Your tire pressure light comes on, your brakes are squeaking, and your dashboard is lit up like Christmas. Where do you go? McMahon's Best One. McMahon's Best One is your one-stop shop for full automotive service and repair. Whether it's a simple oil change or flat repair, to brakes, alignment, engine diagnostics, and more, McMahon's Best One can fix it all. With 8 service centers in Fort Wayne, New Haven, Lima, Ohio, and Bryan, Ohio, McMahon's Best One is here to accommodate you. Visit us at McMahon'sBestOneTire.com to make an appointment today.
The Seahawks are going to Super Bowl 60. It's a rematch with the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara.
Sunday, February 8th, complete coverage of the big game is on Westwood One. Hi, everybody. I'm Scott Graham. Join Kevin Harlan, Kurt Warner, Laura Oakman, Gene Steratore, Ryan Harris, and me for all the action. If it's Super Bowl 60, it's on Westwood One.
Streaming TV is where it's at. It's not about cutting the cord anymore. That's old news. It's all about your customized TV options. With the best and cheapest high-speed internet and your own TV subscriptions, we've got your dream TV lineup. Between wired and satellite internet and TV, you now have tons of options. Save money and get more internet speed and better TV today by calling the Whole Home Connect. We scan your location and offer you the best TV and internet options. And we always have specials and promotions. So when you call, ask about that. Take 5 minutes of your time. Make this free call now and learn how to save money and get better internet and TV for your home anywhere in the U.S. Make the simple and free call now.
800-748-0593. 800-748-0593. 800-748-0593. That's 800-748-0593.
Does your business cater to families? Are you trying to find a better way to market your products or services to thousands? Then you need to be at the 2026 Family Festival, formerly known as Baby Fair and Family Expo, February 21st from 9 to 3 at the Coliseum. Families are always looking for the best products and services, and the 2026 Family Festival is the perfect way to get families to experience what you offer. We have great opportunities from booth rentals to sponsorship opportunities available. So if you want to make sure that your business gets in front of one of the most sought-after demographics, you need to text BOOTH to 45364 for information. That's BOOTH to 45364. Last year, Booth sold out, so don't wait. The 2026 Family Festival will take place on Saturday, February 21st at the Memorial Coliseum. Text BOOTH to 45364 now to find out how you can be a part of it.
At the American Lung Association, we're fighting for a day when we can all breathe easier. We're fighting for clear skies over every city and healthy lungs throughout the country. We're fighting to free millions of Americans from the addictive grip of tobacco and the devastating effects of lung disease. The American Lung Association isn't just fighting for air, we're fighting for all the things that make it worth breathing, and we can use your help. See what you can do at fightingforair.org.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Rain on game day doesn't faze Dave. He's already got his poncho. Just needs to do something about those wipers. So Dave heads to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone,
where a friendly AutoZoner helps him get premium quiet wipers and some hand warmers.
You're all set.
Now, if only his team can handle the elements as well as his new wipers. Get wipers, glass cleaner, and more with no hassles, just help at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Goodwill Industries of Northeast Indiana is a proud sponsor of Talkin Sports. Goodwill empowers and prepares people for independence through training, personal growth, and work. You help support the Goodwill mission by shopping in any of our 8 stores or shopping the shopgoodwill.com/Fort Wayne site. You can also help by donating any clothing or household items for resale in our stores. Goodwill has been a part of our Fort Wayne community since 1937, helping people with barriers to employment find meaningful work in the community. Go to www.fwgoodwill.org to find out more about Goodwill Industries of Northeast Indiana.
Now on My Deals Fort Wayne, get 4 admissions to the Botanical Conservatory for the price of 2. This is an experience your whole family can appreciate. The Botanical Conservatory is a unique oasis in the heart of downtown Fort Wayne and a public garden that offers a true sanctuary for tranquility, learning, and beauty. The conservatory is a regional facility dedicated to providing inspiration, education, and entertainment for our community. Head over to MyDealsFortWayne.com to purchase your deal.
Now back to Talkin Sports with Jim Shovlin on Fort Wayne Sports Station, 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Welcome back to Talkin Sports. Along with DC Hendricks, I'm Jim Shovlin. Thanks for tuning in as we're talking local sports of all sorts until the top of the hour at 10 o'clock. If you have a question, comment, rant, opinion, etc., do so via the Goodwill Industries of Northeast Indiana text line at 260-447-8500. That's 260-447-8500. We'll take a look at it, and especially if you've got a question for one of our guests. Because on the Talkin Sports phone line, powered by Fireplace City County Federal Credit Union, is the VP of Athletics and Student Life at University of St. Francis, Mr. Mike McCaffrey. Mike, good morning.
Good morning, Jimmy. How are you, buddy?
I am great this morning, knowing that pitchers and catchers report in 4 days, and I got high school baseball practice when I leave here. Other than that, and then
that's the first thing I think of when I look outside is baseball.
Yeah, it warms the heart and other things as well. I mean, just that the end is near for winter weather, at least. Well, I was
listening to you guys talk on my way back from dropping Balin off at Lures, and you were talking about being Florida snow bunnies and stuff. So I don't know. Are you guys going to be able to stick it out around here?
No. My wife's heading out. She's tired of it. She's sick of it. She's heading. But then leaving me behind to shovel snow. But she's going to go, and it sounds like the weather's going to cooperate for her, because down in Florida it hasn't been tropical. I mean, the lizards have been falling out of trees. They get frozen and they drop out of trees. So, and that's the big scare. But other than that, so and let's talk. I mean, something weather related. I think it's affected the women's softball program already, hasn't it?
Yeah, for this weekend we're supposed to be playing today, and then bumped it tomorrow, and trying to figure out what the real feel is going to be down in Williamsburg, Kentucky. They were looking at somewhere around 36 to 40 real feel, which is, that's what we play in. 36 is kind of our league standard, where we don't play if it's below that. And they were hovering around it down there in Kentucky. So right now we're gonna go down and try to get a couple games in tomorrow, but we'll see how the weather plays out. And we don't want to go all the way down there and end up not playing, so we're just trying to keep an eye on it. And Coach Boland's obviously in communication with them and trying to figure it out. But it is what it is in the spring when you're trying to get south and trying to get some games in. You can only go so far, and they're gearing up for a couple weeks. They'll be heading to Florida, so we know they'll get a bunch of games. We can get some in.
Yeah, and then Dustin Butcher's baseball team, are they going to get started today in Tennessee?
No, that one got pushed. We pushed it down the road a little bit. We have another trip scheduled next weekend, so it's not this one that we're going to play next weekend, but we bumped this one down to an open date we had in between that and when the season starts. So we're punting it and kicking it down the road, and hopefully we can get outside and get some of these in sometime soon.
That's right. Well, let's turn to a sport that takes place inside, and that's the sport of basketball. And the Cougar women's basketball team suffered just their second defeat of the season. They were nipped by Indiana Wesleyan 60-58 last Saturday, and then got back on the winning track Wednesday. They beat Bethel in overtime 65-64. But once again, I mean, I think they're 21-2?
Yeah, 21-2, only 2 losses to the same team. Indiana Wesleyan seems to have our number this year. Maybe we'll get them again in the conference tournament, but right now they're the lone blemish on our mark is Indiana Wesleyan, and obviously a storied program, so it's nothing to hang your head about. But obviously wish we could have got that one last Saturday, but didn't. And then up in Bethel, went to overtime. Last possession ended up, I think Isabella Gizzi hit 2 free throws to put us up by 1. They had the ball with the last possession to go, and they didn't even get a shot off. We just D'd them up to end the game, basically. It was a good defensive performance. They couldn't get the ball in. We ended up holding off and then getting the 1-point victory in overtime. So we're just trying to get through the next few games. One of our better players, Renna Schwederman, is nursing a little bit of an injury right now, so she didn't play Wednesday. Probably not going to play today. We're hopeful that she can come back by next Saturday against Marion for our big one, probably for the conference championship. So got to weather the storm here over a couple games without one of our better players. But as we've seen all year, we're a pretty deep team. So if she's not there, someone else is going to have to step up. And like I said, got through Wednesday, so now we got to get through another one here today over at Hustle against Goshen, who is playing really well. Have gotten a couple wins that maybe didn't think they were going to get here recently. Beat Taylor, which was a good win for them. So they're going to come in hot and confident, and you got to kind of put that to rest early today if we can.
We're talking this morning with Mike McCaffrey, VP of Athletics and Student Life at the University of St. Francis, in our weekly Cougar Chat. And, of course, this year, as we've noted, the men's team struggling record-wise under first-year coach Nate Conley. But a stat that I saw recently is points per game, and this team is averaging 86.4 points per game.
Yeah, we can score.
Wow, can they?
It's the other end of the floor where we need to tighten up a little bit. It's if you're going to average that many points, generally you would probably have a few more wins than we do, but we've had some breakdowns on defense and, given probably a few too many open looks. And when you do that in the Crossroads League, it's going to get you. And Indiana Wesleyan, who we played last Saturday, is just as balanced as it comes and number 4 in the country. And then you go up to Bethel, and felt good going into that game. I was talking to Coach Conley. He felt pretty confident going in, but Bethel is, another top 25 team and playing well and 3rd in the conference right now. And so kind of didn't get off to the best start, fought back in the second half, made it a little closer, but Bethel's just a super efficient team, and if you make mistakes and you turn the ball over and don't hit your shots and give up some open ones, they're going to make you pay, and they did do that the last couple games. But, these guys are fighting, and they're a fun team to be around, good group of guys, and they're battling, and they know that each game is one that if they can get a win, it's going to build their confidence a little more. So, again, another Goshen team that's coming off two good wins in a row, knocked off Marion and then turned around and knocked off Taylor. So Goshen's playing well. We can't. It's not the easy win sometimes that maybe it would have been, and they're on a roll right now. So we got to buckle up today and try to make sure they don't get out of Hutzel with a win.
So, in fact, if anybody wants to come out to Hutzel today, you can get tickets right there at the door, can't you?
Yep, we do cash at the door. If your credit card, you can do it online before you get there. But yeah, multiple options to get into the game, only $10. So we try to make it affordable. Kids under 12 are all free. So hopefully we can get a decent home crowd over there today to take on the Maple Leafs.
Yeah, the 86.4 reminded me of, it's like the old Loyola Marymount teams of Paul Westhead, that would just run it up and down the court and approach triple digits just about every game. But that's an incredible number, and I had to look twice at that to make sure. So,
doing some good stuff to build on.
Yes, indeed. Yes. Now, indoor track is in Ashland, Ohio, at Ashland University. They're competing today. They got started yesterday. And did you get any good reports out of Ashland, Ohio?
Last night, did get a text from Coach Moody, a couple more school records. Ended up getting almost got an NAIA qualifier in one of our jumps, but we've got one already locked in with Hannah She's locked into the NAIA Nationals, and hopefully today we're looking to get one or two more if we can. Our distance guys in the mile and the 5,000 are running really well, and hopefully they can get the time they need today to hit that standard in the NAIA, the A standard or the B standard, so that they can lock themselves in. And a couple more after this to get ready, and then all of a sudden it'll be the indoor nationals, and then turn right around 2 weeks later and start outdoors. So it's a marathon here for the track and field season when you go from indoor to outdoor so close to each other. But Coach Moody and Coach Hart doing a great job, and we've got probably 25, 30 kids over there competing, trying to make their mark. So it'll be a fun one to watch. I'll be checking the numbers and the scores on my phone later on while I'm sitting over at Carroll High School and seeing if we can get some more kids punch their ticket to the Nationals.
That's right. Well, fantastic. Yeah, it sounds like you got a busy day, and we're going to let you get back to it. But thank you so much, Mike, for, as you do every Saturday morning, take time out of your busy schedule and give us information about the University of St. Francis Athletic Department and the teams out there. We thank you, and we'll talk to you next Saturday.
Sounds good, Jimmy. Appreciate you. Appreciate all you do, buddy. Happy to be with you. Have a great weekend. All
right. That was Mike McCaffrey, VP of Athletics and Student Life at the University of St. Francis, in our weekly Cougar Chat. And I got a text from my grandson, Caleb Leninger, who says, I'm listening, which usually means that I should probably give him a shout out. Oh, I just did, didn't I? Yeah. Okay, we're good. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I would give you Caleb's story, but we'll wait. We'll wait. I don't want to make him mad. So I need weeds pulled in the spring, so I'm going to do that. So we're going to go ahead and step out, take a break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking to Shane Albahrani, play-by-play voice of your Fort Wayne Komets. But before we do, Blake Sebring's book, Fort Wayne Sports History, the entry for February 7th. In 1951, the Zollner Pistons honor Paul Curly Armstrong with the first night given to a Fort Wayne athlete. So he was quite the sports figure in Fort Wayne. He died in 1983 at age 64, but he was a 5'11" guard, signed with the Pistons in 42. And after his second season with the Pistons, joined the Navy. He played in the Great Lakes Navy team, coached by Tony Hinkle. So that's a name that resonates with Hoosiers all around the state of Indiana. Also in 2013, South Dakota State's Nate Walters scores 53 points against IPFW to break the Memorial Coliseum basketball scoring record. It says here in the entry, Walters made 17 of 28 shots overall, including 9 of 14 from three-point range and 10 of 11 free throws to break Wilt Chamberlain's record of 51 points set March 8, 1963 against the Detroit Pistons. He outscored IPFW by himself, 38-37, in the second half. And that's your entry for February 7th in Blake Sebring's book, Fort Wayne Sports History, available wherever you can purchase books. We're going to go ahead, step out, take a break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking to Shane Albahrani, play-by-play voice of the Fort Wayne Komets, and we'll recap a big win on Coliseum Ice last night. We'll do that when we return. You're listening to Talkin Sports on 1380 The Fan, 100.9 FM.
Have you looked at your auto or homeowner's insurance rate lately? Think it's about time to get a competitive quote? Call the Wise Insurance Agency today at 260-747-5373. Located at 7410 Bluffton Road, Wise Insurance is a local company that's been in business for 25 years. Being an independent agent working with over 15 A-plus rated carriers allows Coach Ron Wise to assess your needs and determine the best option for you to give you maximum coverage with the most affordable premiums. The Wise Wise Insurance Agency also offers motorcycle, RV, and watercraft insurance, as well as renter's insurance, flood, and umbrella policies. Multi-policy discounts are also available, and make sure to ask Ron about the good student discount up to 20%. Let Coach Wise show you the fundamentals of getting the right insurance. Don't put it off. Contact Coach Ron and the Wise Insurance Agency team today at 260-747-5373 or find them online at thewiseinsuranceagency.com.
When you're building a custom home, the details matter, and so does choosing a builder who understands the land it sits on. Hammond Homes specializes in luxury custom homes, including projects on challenging sites like lake lots and uniquely shaped properties, where experience, planning, and precision make all the difference. They're not a volume builder. Hammond Homes brings architecture, interior design, and construction together under one roof, creating a seamless process from concept to completion. In every Hammond home, traditional excellence and contemporary luxury are the standards their clients have come to expect. Every plan is intentional, every timeline is clear, and every home is designed to maximize views, function, and long-term value. From navigating complex sites to delivering refined craftsmanship, Hammond Homes builds with confidence, not guesswork. If you're ready to build a custom home that's thoughtfully designed and expertly executed, start with a conversation at HammondHomes.com. Hammond Homes, design-driven, detail-focused.
Music fans, get ready for Dallapalooza 2026 at Sylvan Sellers Event Center with alt legends Lit, Gin Blossoms, and Better Than Ezra. Saturday, June 27th. All part of Dallapalooza, a massive 2-day music festival also starring country star Cole Swindell on Friday, June 26th. Single-day tickets and 2-day passes are on sale now at Eventbrite.com, and they're going fast, so get yours now. Dallapalooza, June 26th and 27th at Sylvan Sellers, just 30 minutes from Fort Wayne in beautiful Rome City. General admission outdoor event. Bring your own lawn chairs, clear bags only. Presented by Dow's Big Hands Big Heart Memorial Foundation and Shepherd's Family Auto Group. Thanks to DeKalb Channel, Bayer Crop Science, Black & Raymer Insurance, AMI Investment Management, and In God We Trust.
What is the Bradley Golf Diamonds Guarantee? It means you can shop with confidence, knowing you'll always get the best diamond at the best price.
Brad Goff here. Not only will we beat any price on comparable diamonds, we will set it, appraise it, and give you a warranty, all with no extra fees.
For the area's largest selection of loose diamonds and the Bradley Golf Diamond Guarantee, visit locally owned Bradley Golf Diamonds across from Jefferson Point or online at BradleyGolfDiamonds.com.
Goodwill Industries of Northeast Indiana is a proud sponsor of Talkin Sports. Goodwill empowers and prepares people for independence through training, personal growth, and work. You help support the Goodwill mission by shopping in any of our 8 stores or shopping the shopgoodwill.com/Fort Wayne site. You can also help by donating any clothing or household items for resale in our stores. Goodwill has been a part of our Fort Wayne community since 1937, helping people with barriers to employment find meaningful work in the community. Go to www.fwgoodwill.org to find out more about Goodwill Industries of Northeast Indiana.
Looking for a great place to grab lunch or unwind after work? Head to Backroads Distilling Company in Leato. Enjoy daily lunch specials weekdays 11 to 3. Burgers, tacos, and hand-breaded tenderloins done right. Fridays are Fish Fridays all day with their fan-favorite crispy hand-breaded walleye. And happy hour weekdays 4 to 7 p.m. with drink specials on handcrafted cocktails. Meet up, eat well, and take home a bottle to stock your bar. Backroads Distilling Company on the grounds of Country Heritage Winery just off State Road 3 in Leato.
I want to call my dad just to hear his voice, check in, and maybe say hello. Every time I pick up the phone, I hesitate. I remember the last time, repeating myself over and over, trying to make him understand. I feel the frustration grow each time. Then I discovered Relay Indiana. With trained relay operators and free assistive equipment, the words are understood. Conversations just flow now. No more repeating, no more hesitation, just real connection. Now I call every day. Learn more at RelayIndiana.com. That's RelayIndiana.com.
I started DMing this girl, Amanda, about a month ago. And she just going to send my private pics to my parents. Are you kidding me? I don't have $500. What am I supposed to do?
Break the silence. Sextortion is a growing crime targeting teens. Perpetrators manipulate them into sharing private content, then use fear and blackmail to control them. Go to InternetCrimesAgainstKids.com for resources to start a conversation with your teen. This message sponsored by the Indiana State Police.
The Seahawks are going to Super Bowl 60. It's a rematch with the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara.
Sunday, February 8th, complete coverage of the big game is on Westwood One. Hi, everybody. I'm Scott Graham. Join Kevin Harlan, Kurt Warner, Laura Oakman, Gene Steratore, Ryan Harris, and me for all the action. If it's Super Bowl 60, it's on Westwood One.
Now back to Talkin Sports with Jim Shovlin on Fort Wayne Sports Station, 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Rumors spreading round in that Texas town about the shack outside the game. You know what I'm talking about.
Welcome back to Talkin Sports for Saturday, February 7th. That's DC Hendricks. I'm Jim Shovlin. Thanks so much for tuning in. As we're talking local sports of all sorts until the top of the hour at 10 o'clock. And that is ZZ Top from the album Trace Hombres. This is LaGrange. And as it fades into the sunset, that's DC Hendricks doing that, by the way. Yeah. Efforting to get a hold of Mr. Shane Albahrani, play-by-play voice of your Fort Wayne Komets. He was up late last night because the Komets had the Iowa Heartlanders in town at the Coliseum. And it was a tight one. It was 2-1. Yeah, and going into the third period, and then the Komets lit the lamp 5 times in the third period alone to take care of Iowa by a score of 7-2. Austin McGarrah, Anthony Petruzzelli each scored twice in the third period for the K's. So congratulations to them. And, hey, we have Mr. Shane Albahrani on the Talkin Sports phone line powered by Fireplace City County Federal Credit Union. Shane, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Jimmy.
Well, the Iowa Heartlanders came into town and then left with, well, their proverbial tails between their legs after the Komets put a 5 spot on them in the third period, capped by Austin McGarrah and Anthony Petruzzelli on that night. And before we get into the game, whose idea was Matt night? That's awesome.
That was Justin Castleman, our video guy, came up with that one, and it was one of those things where, wow, this is so dumb it's brilliant. So we all hopped on board on that, and all the Mats participated, and it turned out just to be a fun little thing we did, and a lot of people enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, and to be able to do that, kind of little promotion, just off the cuff and just a little bit left to center. That's what minor league sports are all about, just attracting some attention with unique perspectives and unique looks at things. I mean, who'd have thought a baseball team in the minor leagues would be known as the Tenderloins for a few games a year. So, but that's what it takes. And my goodness, we had 8,003 fans at the Coliseum last night that saw the K's erupt in the third period with Mr. McGarrah and Petruzzelli, neither of them named Matt, by the way, scoring twice apiece and getting off to a great start for this 3 games in 3 days weekend. Because I got to say days, because the Sunday game time has not what we usually expect as a 5 o'clock start. We're starting tomorrow's game at 2 p.m., and that's Super Bowl related, or I'm sorry, big game related.
Yeah, watch out. DC might turn you into the NFL, so be careful.
Yeah.
No, 2 o'clock Sunday. It's because of the big game, and I don't think that we've ever played a game on that Sunday. So that's why we decided to move the game up, and I think I think we'll be pleasantly surprised. I know tonight we'll have a big crowd tonight for Toledo with first place on the line. It's everything you want here in the month of February. Komets win, they're in first place, so it's all on the line tonight, and I think it'll be a really good game.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, the Cincinnati Cyclones helped the K's last night by beating Toledo in the Huntington Center 5-3, got out to a 3-0 lead and held on. And now Toledo is a scant 1 point ahead of the K's. I believe it's 56 points for Toledo, 55 for the Komets. And, yeah, tonight could be a 4-pointer where the K's could leapfrog Toledo with a victory. So that in and of itself is awesome, just to put that much on the line. And you know how the fans respond whenever Toledo comes to town anyway, and as do some of their traveling fans that are very loud and obnoxious. But, hey, this happens. I wanted to ask you, you had mentioned William Dufour's abilities when he joined the team a couple of weeks ago. Last night he had a goal and 2 assists. And now he, by his own admission, has had chances in his first, let's say, 4 games he played with the K's, but last night was able to make the most of those scoring chances.
Yeah, it takes you a minute, when you haven't played in this league and playing with new teammates as well. So, game 5, yeah, that sounds about right, where he finally found his groove there and picked up 3 points and got his first goal on a power play, and that's also something the Komets are looking for, someone other than James Stefan who can score on the power play. So it was great to see him finally get going. He's looking every game, he looks more and more comfortable, and here's a guy he's got a lot to prove. He's here to, of course, help the Komets, but he's still a legit NHL prospect. At 23 years old, he spent most of his career in the AHL. He was a higher round draft pick by the Islanders. He's got 1 game in the NHL on his resume, so he's got a little bit to prove here. So I expect him to really be a big part of this team as we go down. Now we're getting into the stretch here. We're going to be in March before you know it. So he's going to be a big part of this, and he's coming into this with fresh legs. He's a guy who hasn't played a lot this year, and our guys at this point, everyone's playing with something. Everyone has got an injury of some type, and he's coming in fresh, and you can kind of tell that he's got that fresh step to him as he's out on the ice.
Now, Janssen was in between the pipes last night, faced 20 shots, saved 18 of them. Can we expect Nathan Day tonight against Toledo?
Yeah, that's been the MO for the coaches. They have been rotating, barring any type of injury or anything like that. There's only a few times when we've gone back-to-back. It was when Sam Janssen went on the 14-day IR a few months ago. But no, it's the rotation, so I'm going to expect Nathan Day back in there tonight.
Okay, and we mentioned this last week, but the game at Wheeling that was postponed due to the snowstorm rescheduled for February 25th in Wheeling. And, of course, the rescheduled games from the stoppage there between Christmas and New Year's will take place the 15th, 16th, and 19th of April once again. So just want to make that known to everyone who might be following the K's. We're talking this morning with Shane Albahrani, play-by-play voice of your Fort Wayne Komets, in our weekly Komet chat. And what does the month of February look like? I know when we last chatted, we said we got, almost 14 games or something like that. We've an even amount home and on the road, but this Komet team is playing so well on the road, it really doesn't seem to matter where they're playing.
Yeah, a lot of games on the road. We'll be in Toledo for one. We're going to go to Norfolk for 3 games, and also, got another one in Wheeling. So, it's important. Of course, you want to beat the Toledos and the Wheelings, but you also want to beat the teams you're supposed to beat, like we did last night in Iowa. So, they were last in the Central Division. That's the team you should beat. We're going to go to Norfolk, a team that has struggled. They're at the bottom of their standings in the North. So, you look at those games, and it's like, all right, well, those are games. Those are, those should be good pickups, and then you can, add to that lead because every point matters in the Central. Toledo now, they're going to have a game at hand on the Komets regardless of what happens here tonight, they still got that game in their pocket. So, and that's going to flip. Come the month of March, the Komets will actually start having some games in hand on Toledo. So with the margins now between the Komets and Toledo so tight, I mean, every point is going to matter. So you do not want to, give a point away to a team that you're supposed to beat.
And I've got a question for you, but prior to doing that, Jalen Smerrick had a milestone last night with his, I believe, 200th ECHL assist, and he's the kind of guy that, once again, he's kind of an agitator. He will get up under your nose and frustrate you if at all possible. But he's a playmaker.
Yeah, no, when we lost Kyle Mayhew to Europe, that was a hard loss. He was, defenseman of the year, and, you had to replace him with basically who was next in line for that award last year. That was Jalen Smerrick. So an unbelievable pickup for the Komets. Here's a guy who's, he's played a lot, and he's not even 30 years old, and he's played a lot of hockey, 200 assists, an incredible accomplishment. But, here's a guy who's, not won a championship, and that's something he wants to do. So, he chose Fort Wayne for a reason. He's here because he wants to win, and, big milestone for him. Also a big milestone for head coach Jesse Kalicki. It was his 100th win as a Komet coach. In a very short time, Jesse Kalicki is now 10th all time in wins for Komet coaches.
Already.
So,
wow.
that shows you a lot about his skills as well.
Yes, there we go. Oh, and the question I was going to ask you, in the past, from the IHL days on, the Komet fans have always had the players, the opponents you love to hate. And I know in Dayton it was Bob Bailey back in the day. And then Ivan Prediger in Des Moines when he left the K's and went to Des Moines later on from Indy. It was Paul Tannerdini and guys of this ilk. Are there still players that Komet fans will get on, like Scotty Gruel from Flint, from Muskegon when he was there, and and guys like this. But are there still guys that the Komet fans will get on mercifully?
You'll hear boos, where certain guys touch the puck. Brandon Hawkins, who is one of the good guys in this league, but our fans are going to turn on Hawk because, he slew-footed Jaden Grew back in November, and Jaden Grew has not been back in the Komet lineup since. I think Komet fans remember that. I know when Hawk now touches the puck, he's going to get a few more boos. Jalen Smerrick, doesn't matter what building he goes into. In Toledo, in Cincinnati, any place where he's played, even Kalamazoo and Indy, where he didn't play, every time he touches the puck, it is just boos, I think that's still a thing. It's still fun to have players to hate.
Yes, indeed. Well, Shane, thank you for joining us after a late night last night and a busy weekend. Thank you for joining us and giving us a little bit of an update on the Fort Wayne Komets. And once again, some tickets still remain for tonight and tomorrow afternoon, correct?
Yeah, big crowd already. I think we're approaching 9,000 when I left the building last night. So I expect us to be, I believe we've already opened up the second side there of the upper deck. So there's tickets available for tonight, but they're going to be short here. And then Sunday, 2 o'clock, it's the special start time. If you don't have anything going on before the big game, come on out, and start your pregame with Komets at 2 o'clock tomorrow.
There we go. And, of course, tonight with the big crowd expected, there's usually something else going on at the Coliseum, which draws a crowd, too, in the Expo Center or whatever, in the Appleseed Room or something. So who knows what might be going on, but get there early so you don't have to walk a mile in the parking lot.
Yes, plan accordingly tonight.
Indeed, yes. Well, Shane, thank you, and we'll talk to you next Saturday.
Thanks, Jimmy.
All right, that was Shane Albahrani, play-by-play voice of your Fort Wayne Komets. Like to thank Mike McCaffrey, VP of Athletics and Student Life at the University of St. Francis, for joining us, and also Shane Albahrani, play-by-play voice of your Fort Wayne Komets. Thank you so much to DC Hendricks for keeping it all smooth, and thanks to you, the listener.
Podcasts by Federated Media.